But if you're looking for me, I'll be on the block. I'm a Bangkok, possibly sitting on a drop now. Because I'm a rider. I'm a soul survivor.
Woo! Week 18 in the books, baby. LaMelo gives me his last great week in an easy win over Nick. Tim beating Jackson. Sawyer and Drew having a fairly close matchup throughout the week until Sawyer pulls ahead and wins. Chris and Tom having a great matchup, and John beating up on a depleted Al. Actually, a blanking, a 10-0. Can't remember the last time I've seen that since the great finals of whatever year when your boy bested Sawdog with an 11-0 dub. Not to bring up old memories. Sorry, Sawyer. Okay, me and Nick. Easy peasy. I had one double-double shy. I've had the most on the week. Olsen had 18, a triple-double from LaMelo. I did lose in threes. I am missing Steph Curry from that standpoint, but almost 1,000 points, 363 rebounds, 170 assists. Hurting a little in the steal and block category, but Nick at least had the highest free throw and lowest turnovers this week, so congrats on that. I would have been 6-3. Only losing to Tim, Chris, and John. 3-game win streak, record of 13-3-2 in first place. LaMelo, 21 threes, 109 points scored, 35 rebounds, 46 assists, 4 double-doubles, and triple-double. Unfortunately, seems to be that he fractured his ankle tonight in the game, and being as that is, even if that was his first injury, I think that's his 4th ankle injury this year. Most assuredly out for the rest of the season, so that sucks. Did have the forethought to pick up Dennis Smith Jr. Yesterday, so hopefully that's a solid pickup for me, but I'm going to be hurting without my dog. Nick, last place, 0-9, whatever. Tim and Jackson. Tim, highest field goal this week with 545 and 3 triple-doubles this week. 2 from Jokic, I believe it was 3 from Jokic. Had 95, almost 100 3-pointers made. I believe that's third most in the league this week. Over 900 points, 280 rebounds, 180 assists, 53 steals. Good job. Jokic looking good. We'll talk about his stats later. Tim in 7th place would have been 6-3. Only would have lost to Tom, Chris, and John on a 1-game win streak, record of 5-12-1. 1 game outside of a playoff spot between him and Alec. Both have very hard remaining schedules, so it's most likely going to be one of them unless Drew somehow ekes something out. Jackson, 1-7-1, would have beaten Nick and tied Alec 2-game losing streak in 9th. Jackson, technically 2 games out of a playoff spot as well, somehow. It's been I guess I didn't even really look at that earlier. Good job, Jackson. Hey, you went out and Alec, Tim, and Drew lose out. You could be in the playoffs. How about that? Sawyer versus Drew. I believe Drew was actually winning this matchup Thursday or Friday night, and Sawyer comes back and wins. Sawyer only winning by 1 3-pointer, 50 points. Lost rebounds to Drew. Almost lost assists. They were within 6 assists of each other, within 1 steal. 2 turnovers. Sawyer did have a 12-5 double-double advantage, but this could have gone either way. Sawyer's MVP, Julius Randle, 506 from the field, 938 from the stripe, 16 threes, 117 points scored, 30 rebounds, 2 double-doubles. He's been on a tear the last 2 weeks for the Knicks. Sawyer in 4th place would have been 3-4-2, beating Drew, Nick, and Jackson, tying Tom and Alec 1-game win streak, record of 3-5-0, and I believe a game and a half out of first place. Meanwhile, Drew still can't catch a break and get a win. 3-6, only would have beaten Nick, Jackson, and Alec. 4-game losing streak, record of 5-12-1, but is still somehow miraculously 1 game out of a playoff spot. Alec, Tim, and Drew. Alec could lose out these last 2 weeks and still make the playoff spot, which would just be unreal. It totally depends on what Tim and Drew do, but I can't remember seeing anything like this where an absolute, I don't even want to say a dogfight for the last playoff spot because nobody's really putting up a fight. Tim's getting a win over Jackson. Actually had a pretty good week, but still, the combined efforts from these three teams are no bueno. Tom versus Chris. This is another really good matchup. Percentages. Field goal was fairly close. Chris blew out Tom in threes, had the most threes in the league this week with 106. Within 40 points of each other, within 9 rebounds. Tom had the most steals this week with 61. They were within 5 blocks, 6 turnovers, both tied in double-doubles at 10. Chris got a triple-double from Sabonis to help pull him out. So this could have gone either way. Tom is firmly staying supplanted in that 5th place spot. I feel like it's been that way for the past 2 months. And Chris bumping up to 3rd, I believe. I don't know if he was already in 3rd from last week. It's been a couple weeks since I've done this, but in 3rd place right now by is that a game and a half, I believe, over Sawyer. Sabonis MVP for Chris, 6-14 from the field, 9-13 from the stripe, 76 points, 57 rebounds, 29 assists, 6 steals, 4 double-doubles, and a triple-double. Chris would have been 9-0 this week. Big dog coming through. 2-game win streak got him in 3rd place, record of 12, 3-3 with a half game outside of 1st or 2nd. Meanwhile, Tom, can't remember if I said this, in 5th place, 5-3-1. Kind of a tough luck week. Only would have lost to Chris, myself, and John, and tied Sawyer. 1-game losing streak record of 11-7-0, but thankfully has almost a 5-game lead over 6th place, so there's nothing to worry about there. Finally, on to John and Alec. John just wiping the floor with Al's team. Al's team still puts up a ton of threes and points every week, thankfully because of Giannis and LeBron. But unfortunately, LeBron just found out that he's going to be missing significant time with a foot injury. There's only 20-some-odd games left. That's a foot injury for him, year 20. Who knows how drastic it is? They haven't released it yet, but they're reporting he's going to miss significant time. So any hope of Alec's team staging some kind of surprise comeback has just fallen off a cliff right there. Only putting up 3 double-doubles on the week right now. That's a problem. John was 3 away from the most threes in the league this week. 1,115 points scored, 400-plus rebounds, 230 assists, 18 double-doubles. That's 49 steals and 35 blocks. That is a strong week and going to compete and win almost every week with something like that. Speaking of which, last night of the 2-weeker gets 71 points from Dame. That's his MVP. 26 threes on the week, 22 rebounds, and a double-double to boot. How you like me now? John in 2nd place. Would have been 8-1 this week. Only lost to Chris. 2-game win streak. Record of 13, 3-2, tied with myself. Meanwhile, Alec still in 6th, 1-6-2, only beating Nick, tying Jackson Sawyer. 2-game losing streak, record of 6, 11-1, hanging on by a thread to that 6th seed. Jokic, it's always going to be Jokic. I feel like it's going to be this way the next 5 years if he's healthy. He's going to be the player of the week. 691 from the field. Averaged 24 points, 14.6 rebounds, 8.8 assists, and 1.2 steals. Probably averaged double-double. I didn't have enough space to write it. Some good matchups this week. You got Sawyer versus Chris. Battle for 3rd place. There are 2 weeks left. Someone could jump out of that 3rd or 4th place spot, but that's going to be a matchup for John and myself mainly to consider there if we hold on to the 1 and 2 spot. But that basically determines you get that 3 spot. It's whoever gets to play Alec or whatever bag of bones makes it into 6th seed. So that 3rd place is going to be awful important. Tom versus Alec, Tim versus John, myself versus Jackson, and Nick versus Drew. Good luck, boys. We'll see you.